Conclusions. After explaining the sharp historical distinction between Hitler and Otto, I feel that I should lay out what characteristics I believe to be the key to the different ideological strains. Firstly, I will start with Hitlerism. The Führerprinzip. Basically, the political will to the nation is embodied in the Führer, a type of political absolutism rendering most forms of democracy abolished. Pan-Germanism. The notion that all people of Germanic descent should be unified within one greater German Reich. Empire. Hitler believed that Germany lacked the essential resources required for the Reich's survival and devised a mercantilist theory in which Germany would have autarky as well as regain lost German land by peaceful or forceful means. Eugenics. In accordance with Hitler's racialist beliefs, the Third Reich implemented eugenic laws for the enhancement of the race. The NSDAP also passed legislation outlawing miscegenation with non-citizens. This includes the anti-Jewish laws such as the Nuremberg Laws, as well as agrarianism and environmentalist views that were tied to racialism and promoted minor land redistribution. Corporatist dirigism. Adolf Hitler preserved private ownership over some enterprises under strict conditions that the state regulated these businesses to run in accordance with the nation's collective interests. Such regulations included price controls, wage controls, job security, investment controls, dividend restrictions, production quotas, and a state trade union. Companies which didn't comply with state ordinances were nationalized or given to people who would comply. Social welfare. Hitler's regime also implemented several social welfare measures. A new socialized healthcare program was started, expanding coverage to all German citizens. Public work projects were created to combat unemployment, social security was expanded, low-cost homes were constructed for the great German proletariat, generous loans, tax breaks, and welfare services were given to German families. The Kraft durch Freude, or Strength Through Joy state initiative, gave paid vacations to all German workers, as well as free cultural events to attend, etc. Federalism. Hitler believed in increasing the Prussian domination of culture and in gradually fading out its autonomy as to forge a more united German identity. Now let's have a look at the characteristics of Otto Strasser's socialism. International nationalism. Otto argued this would entail an economic cooperation between all socialistic partners, so as to avoid the counterproductive aspects of economic competition between states and help create a coalition against capitalism. Historically, this means allying with the Soviet bloc and helping Third Worldist liberation movements. Anti-imperialism. Otto believed in the right to self-determination for all races, cultures, and states. Confederacy. Otto promoted the decentralization of Germany, turning the nation into several distinct regions which would be self-governing autonomous communities, though all regions would practice the same guild socialist economic model and German culture. This included a Grand Council that placed checks and balances onto the executive. Guild socialization. Otto promoted the outright collectivization of the means of production. Similar to Hitler's corporatism, guilds were to govern their workplaces and regions, with state oversight to ensure such businesses were acting in accordance with nationalist interests. The bourgeoisie class was to be abolished in the new socialist mode of production. Finance capital was also to be nationalized by the state. Land reform. Otto promoted extreme land expropriation of the large landed estates of the aristocracy, middle class, industrialists, and military in Germany, with the land to be redistributed to the people. All land would be owned by the state, but family farmers would be granted hereditary title to the plots of land. The farms would remain in the possession of each family until such a time as the family no longer had a descendant willing to farm the land. Anti-racism and anti-anti-Semitism. Otto believed race, like the Jewish problem, to be a purely cultural phenomena that could easily be dealt with by assimilation or regional autonomy. When the Strasserists did engage in anti-Semitism, it was only from a class perspective.